Welcome to I Am Montessori. My name's Rebecca. Today I wanted to just have a quick look at the type of things that you might find that you choose to buy and try to explore from your local store. So in a $2 shop down the road, I found these little puzzles. They were $4 each, and I wanted to buy them, and I've just bought one of each, just to have a look at the quality and see if it's something that we could use within our centres. So I'm going to have a look at those, and so it's looking like they're made out of cardboard, but the size is good, which is the thing I was worried about. So I couldn't tell from the box whether or not the size of these puzzles would be usable for children, as in their hands being able to cope with putting this together. But as you can see, so what I'm looking for, first thing I was looking for was usability for the child, so whether or not they can actually manage that, and I believe that they could in a children's house, and even the older toddler community. But this one is all about opposites. So the next thing I'm looking for is the spelling correct? So ensuring that whichever country you're in, the words that are on the activity is actually how you spell it, or how you're teaching the children. And then the next thing I'm also looking for is whether or not it's realistic. So far the ones that you can see on here, elephants, they look real. They're a cartoon version, but they don't look too cartoony, and they're not doing anything they wouldn't do, like holding a balloon or flying in the air. You've got this one, which you may not choose to use just because you've got a horse that's purple and with pink hair, which is not normally You've got dirty and clean. Now this is one, so for instance, when I look at things like this is one I would take out, nice and naughty, because that's not language that we would use in a Montessori environment, let alone at all if we can avoid it. Cold, hot. So again, up to you, but I wouldn't use this one because ice wouldn't have a face on it. It wouldn't look like a person. Day and night, the sun and moon have got eyes on them. Up to you. Slow and fast, the rabbit and the turtle. Open and closed. Happy and sad, that's borderline for me. I would potentially not utilise that one. Up and down, seals don't usually go on slides. Spiky and smooth, the cactus and the balloon have eyes on them, which would not be a normal thing. Black and white, could use that one. And on and off, absolutely. So out of a $4 pack, just over half of it is usable, what I would use in a Montessori setting. However, that's enough for the children within our spaces to be able to complete that activity. So then what you would do, you could present this in multiple different ways. You can either have 2 baskets with one of each in it, or you could mix them all up together. So you've got to think about the process of what are you trying, how would the child use it? So I probably can take that one out as well, just because of the realism in it. So you can either have two baskets that you have. However, I would just put them all together because I can see them not being put back into the 2 baskets correctly, which is a control of error that if the children are using it, I wouldn't be able to control long term for them. And then, this basket, again, up to you, but that's probably a little bit too big. But the Kmart ones might be a great depth for something like this to go onto the shelf. So that's an activity that you can put into the shelf just like that. And the reason that I like trialing things like this is because for $4, this is mostly cardboard, therefore that is going to be, when it's not usable, it's going to break down, whereas if I spend my time laminating something, that plastic doesn't break down easy enough. But also, it is that resource where the work is done for you. You don't have to create everything yourself from scratch. And for the $4, that is, to me, worth it for an activity. So I'll go through these two and have a look at them as well. But thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you've learnt something today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for supporting the IM team.